favorite players traded.
Oh my gosh, how could you get rid of that guy?
They also get mad when you don't sign a free agent.
How can you just sit there while the other teams pass us by?
They are the worst fans in sports.
That's right. We are the worst fans of sports. We are back and better than Ezra. Thanks so much for checking us out today. We're back. I had something really funny I was going to put under my name, and I totally forgot. So my tagline on my name is, I had something funny to put here, but I forgot.
I thought that was the joke.
What?
Who was
wrong?
that?
Chris, you okay? Did you
What's
suck
wrong?
it back?
How's the helium?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is there a helium leak in your house?
Maybe.
I think Chris found the voice alter button.
I did.
Oh,
It's me.
there's
Guys,
Chris.
it's me.
There's Chris.
Oh.
I thought it was some child, a demon, like a demon child had possessed him.
No,
So guys,
not quite.
We
I
can't
got a
rule
baseball. I got a baseball joke for you. You ready?
Sure.
So, you know how the search on Facebook is now Meta AI.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to search for something, I clicked that, and it popped up Meta AI, and it gave me a bunch of prompts. And one prompt was, "Tell me a baseball joke." So I clicked it and went to Meta AI, and it said, "Tell me a baseball joke." Are you ready? All right. So I didn't make this up. This is Meta AI. Why did the baseball go to the doctor?
I don't know why.
Because it was feeling a little off base.
Ugh.
That's
It's not even that funny.
Doesn't even make sense. And then it said, "Hope that made you swing into a good mood."
Oh,
Aw,
that's cute.
Did it?
cute. Get it? You guys
No,
get
did
it?
Did it?
Did it? Oh, I'm in a great mood now.
After that joke,
After yeah. the
I'm in a
joke-
way worse mood. So thanks.
after that joke.
Yeah.
Great.
Well-
Maybe you should. Oh, hey, Tammy's in Canada.
Hey,
Yeah, they're on a ship,
Canada, eh?
What kind of ship?
one that is in the ocean, a cruise ship, a pirate ship. I don't know.
I was thinking maybe it was a pirate ship.
There's no Canadian pirates. They're too nice to be pirates in Canada.
I don't know. I bet there's some Canadian.
They were like on the East Coast, like they went from Canada down to Boston, I think, and back. I don't know where they're at.
They were
exactly.
just another band out of Boston.
Your parents, not
Listen, yeah, they retired and now they're globetrotters.
Hey, they should.
They're
Pirates?
traveling all over the place.
That's what I want to do, but I'll never retire.
Should have worked
Yeah.
harder in your
I'm gonna
younger
die-
days.
I'd die
in your
working.
youth.
In my youth, I was trying to be a rock and roll man.
Yeah, my dad started working when he was 18 at the firehouse.
I went to school.
He just went to the firehouse.
a
He's
rock
just-
and roll man.
I'm here, guys.
Hi guys, I'm in the firehouse.
Put
start
me to
paying
work.
me.
Yeah,
Start
you
paying
can,
me.
you can put me to work.
You wanted to be
Yes.
a rock and roll man.
I was spending.
At that point, a rock and roll boy.
I wasn't working a lot because I was working, but I was working dead end jobs because I wanted to be a rock and roll man.
I don't think it's called that.
I think you can call it whatever you want. It was his dream, Aaron, and now you're
Yeah.
shitting on it.
It would. Well, I was in the same fucking band.
You're
But
in the-
I didn't.
You're in the same dream. And Aaron every night would be like, guys, every time we like play out of town and stuff, after the show, he'd be like, guys, can you believe it? We're rock and roll men.
I've never said that until 5 seconds ago. I've never said that ever in my life.
That should be your next single.
He's
Yes.
a rock and roll man playing rock and roll music.
You'll be rock and roll grandpa soon.
That's you, but you're the grandpa in this room.
Hey,
Mike,
now.
My kids are 10 and 8. I better not be a grandpa soon.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Aaron's kids are
Non-existent. That's right.
okay.
Not to your knowledge, anyway.
Shh. Quiet.
Aaron doesn't have any kids.
You'll wake up my children.
That he knows of.
He doesn't. He believe me. Out of the three of us on this podcast, the one person who would know if they have an illegitimate child, it
Yeah.
would be Aaron.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, there's never mind. I won't get into that.
How about the
I-
Cardinals?
I don't think. Oh my God, how about them? How about them
Who?
awful Cardinals?
What's up?
I
with them?
I have. Oh,
I put
were
in the
going-
description of this this episode. We would do a check-in on the status of Aaron's panic bus.
Good.
I mean, it should be
Good.
well out of state by this at this point.
I have a statement prepared for that. We'll get to that.
Okay. Well, before we go to what's up with those Cardinals, how about let's get our president of the uniform judgment committee. I don't know what did you call yourself last week?
Professional uniform critic.
Oh, the
I
professional
did
uniform
not call
critic.
myself a president of anything.
Well, remember when I ran for the commissioner of all sports?
Yeah, it went well.
Mhm.
It didn't go well at all.
I've tried for a while now to delete that Facebook page, and I can't. I cannot figure out how.
The Two Assholes Facebook page.
No, the mics. I'll share it with you again.
You made a
I would
page for
post
it?
random. Yeah, because you said I'll send you random things, and I would post them on there.
Yeah. You don't remember that, Mike?
I have a mind like a steel trap. Of course, I don't remember. I mean, I remember it. No, I don't remember that. What? This is gold. What? We need.
You stopped sending things to it.
Yeah.
So
Well, of course, because I forgot about it. Okay, so
I gotta find out what
Detroit,
it's called.
Detroit has their City Connect jerseys. They put them out.
Yeah, it's the Canadian tuxedo
it-
uniform.
It looks like he's wearing jeans. If you're listening and not watching, the shirt looks okay. It says Motor City on it, which we knew it would. I don't like the hat. It just says Detroit in a weird italicized font. But the pants, I mean, they do have a stripe down the side, but they look like blue jeans.
They're dark blue.
They look like dark blue jeans. Navy
right.
blue jeans. The page
I
was
mean-
called Mike's Preposterous Sports Rumors.
Well, we gotta get that thing started again. Okay.
It's loading, so we'll see what comes of it.
Okay. Well, good. So what do you think, professional uniform critic? What do you think of these? I mean, it's going to be really hard for any team to follow. Tampa Bay.
From the waist up, they're fine.
Yeah. I did not see
I'm not blown away by them in any stretch.
I did not see the breakdown that one person that works for MLB did. I did not see them on this jersey.
Yeah, I don't
Like I
think
saw
I
it
did either.
on the Tampa Bay one and some of the others. So I'm just like it's like, we were ranking them in tiers last week. This
This
bottom
would
tier for me.
be not bottom tier for me, probably the second tier. And
Mid.
we can dive into this big time when we have them all released.
Yeah, for sure.
This would not be in the bottom tier for me, but probably when we figure out the tiers eventually,
Right.
the one just above that.
Yeah,
Let me-
I have to see them all again. I mean, and put them all side by side, and I think we
Yeah.
should do that.
Well, yeah, I definitely think we should do that.
Let me throw this at you. What if
Yeah.
the pants were
Don't
like
throw anything, please.
gray? What if the pants were gray? Like the same color
I
as
think
the font.
That would be fine. I think even the blue, like the lighter, more
Yeah.
royal blue color pants would be cool.
Agreed.
Yeah, like the
think it
stripe, the
depends.
color of the stripe.
I like
yeah, like
everything
the color of
about
the stripe.
pants.
Make that the entire
Mhm.
color of the pant.
Just one pant, not the pants.
One
Just
pant. Yes.
One pant. Yeah. So that got me thinking because in just a few short weeks, the Cardinals are going to release theirs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I commissioned an artist to come up with I gave the artist how I thought it would look, and they did a really well crafted, beautiful artist rendering of what I think the City Connects are going to look like for the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm going to show you that now. World premiere, these aren't the official. This isn't a leak or anything like that. Okay. This is just an artist rendition of what I think they're going to be. You guys ready? Drum
Yeah.
roll.
Ready.
Crash.
Here we go.
Crash.
Ready.
There we go.
It's a dress.
No, that's a jersey.
Wow.
That's a dress.
That's a jersey.
That's something.
And I think it's I mean I paid
That's
a lot of money
That's
for
a
the
pile
artist.
of shit.
I paid a lot of well, they're not gonna be great. I paid a lot of money for an artist to do this rendering for me. So I'm gonna kind
Do
of
you
do the break.
think that you could get your money back?
I'm gonna kind of do the breakdown for you. For one, it's going to say the Lou, like we've been saying, especially since their hashtag this year is for the Lou.
Yeah. Huh.
And again, if you're listening to this, it is a beautiful red
Dress.
jersey with a white arch all the way across the front.
Mhm.
And then inside the arch, it says the Lou.
Mhm.
I'm
and
just
then
gonna
as-
say this arch looks fairly unstable.
It does. Kind of looks like it looks less like a shirt or a jersey, but more like a muumuu.
Like a dress.
Yeah.
and
It's like a
then-
sundress.
And then the sleeves are
Or hardly
red.
sleeves.
a red or like a blue blue stripe, a red stripe, and a white stripe, like a throwback to the 80s Cardinals jerseys.
Ah, I see.
And I think I nailed it, guys. I think the artist took my ideas and nailed it.
You nailed something.
Breeze would like to know who this artist is. Like, she needs to know now.
It was a commission painting. The artist does not want to be revealed.
What a waste of money.
What are you talking about? That is gold, pure gold. So we will post it on the Facebook page on the comments of this, so you all can see it. Well, we'll post it somewhere on the Facebook page so you all can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's wonderful.
And there's no potholes or bullet holes.
No, I don't
It looks
think
like there's a
potholes-
lot of blood on it.
that it's red. That is the artist using a painterly stroke to get a red jersey.
Mhm.
Because the Cardinals weren't allowed to use their red because of the number of uniform, the rule, because they have their baby blues, which haven't been delivered yet. They have their off-white Sunday jersey, home jersey, which I don't think has been delivered yet. They have their white, and they have their road gray. And the MLB has a 5 uniform rule, and so they had to get rid of their red spring training jerseys this year because they're doing City Connects this year. So it's going to be red. It has to.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be red.
I don't know.
I have
Who
a
knows?
post from March 12th, 2016.
Okay.
This is a preposterous sports rumor.
What's this from? From the Mike's.
Yeah, so the rumor was David Freese signs with the Pirates, not the Pittsburgh Pirates, but a band of Somali pirates hijacking French ocean liners for ransom.
Nice. He did that. Maybe that's why he refused the Cardinals Hall of Fame.
That could be. He was busy being a Somali pirate.
I love how Mike said, "What's this from?" It's literally from his
Came
page.
from your
No.
brain.
I said it because he said I got a rumor. I didn't realize I wasn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
said preposterous rumor
Okay.
from your
Well,
brain.
I don't
8 years
think that
ago.
came-
8
I
years
don't-
ago.
I don't look 8 years ago. It was a different brain. Let's just say that.
Okay, you want to hear another one?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do this.
So
Is this
Johnny
better-
Manziel.
Hold on one second. Is this better than my my baseball going to the doctor joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Johnny Manziel takes his being dropped from Cleveland as a new opportunity. He's going to become a Charo impersonator on a cruise ship sailing from Miami to Acapulco. Johnny Manziel.
Charo.
Where did I? Who? Why did I think of that?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know either. That's amazing. All right. Well, I don't know, guys.
I have plenty more. We'll kind of drop these in from time to time.
So we'll move on to actual baseball. Chris is really high on a guy named Paul Skenes,
No,
and he's gonna
come
talk
on.
about
You know how to say this.
Paul Skenes.
Skeens.
Skeens.
I
Paul
know it's
Skeens.
Skeens, and it's Chris's favorite player now besides Ellie De La Cruz. Chris actually
Yeah,
moved.
he's up there. I also
Chris
like
actually,
Bowser. I've talked a lot about him.
Chris actually moved from Cincinnati to Pittsburgh
Mhm.
because of Paul Skeens.
Stadium's a lot nicer.
Well, yeah.
No, it's still Ellie, Paul Skeens, Colton Cowser. Three
Colton
current
Cowser.
favorites. So, Paul Skeens got the call. He's going to pitch on Sunday, I believe,
Hooray!
in the majors against the Cubs.
Hooray!
His line in the minors this year, he has a .99 ERA, which he just in his last start with the Indianapolis Indians, which they haven't changed that name. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. Are they in the Indians organization?
Nope.
Or
They're in the
Guardians-
Pirates
Guardians?
organization.
Oh,
Wouldn't that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah. You got another
so-
preposterous baseball rumor?
Yeah. So he pitched the other day, and he finally gave up his first 2 runs in the minors. He gave up a home run also. So he gave up 2 runs that game, but he's 27 innings pitched, 27 in the
Garbage.
third,
He's garbage.
45 strikeouts in 27 and a third innings.
He's garbage.
0.91 whip.
Gave up how many runs in a game? 2.
2. Yeah.
God.
So he's pitching Sunday, and I'm fairly excited about it.
Is it in
I think it's
Chicago?
the most highly talked about prospect pitcher since Steven Strasburg.
Is it in Chicago?
You know, that's a great question. I think it might be because somebody else was
Probably.
talking about it on the radio and was like, it would have been cool if he could have got his first start at home
Are you going?
to
It's-
Chicago.
Yeah, it's only
It's
4 hours.
probably ESPN's like Sunday night game.
Well,
right?
if it's not, it might get flexed to it.
Yeah.
It's the Pirates. I mean, they're not
No, but
that great. Let me
it's
look.
not-
Hold on.
it's more of a
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
spectacle, you know. They'd be
Yeah.
missing-
Oh, it's at Pittsburgh.
Ah.
Ah.
He gets to pitch in front of his hometown.
You going to
Fans.
Pittsburgh?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
He'll be here at some point. And I'll probably go to that game, or I'll try to. Just like we went to see Otani because we didn't know if we'd get to see him pitch here, and now he plays in the National League.
True. Yeah.
And they changed all the interleague rules anyways, so now you just play everyone.
right.
So now it doesn't matter.
Oh, we forgot to do this week in jerseys.
Oh, he threw it up there.
Oh, he did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But
see
yeah,
it.
Paul Skeens coming Sunday.
So what's up with them Cardinals, eh? I've
Ugh.
that's it. You know, I take a lot of pride in, you know, insulting and going off on and trolling and teasing the quote unquote BFIB for all their fire Ollie, fire Mo talk. I'll call him Bill DeWitt, Bill DeWallet, call him Mozo the clown, iPad Ollie.
Mhm.
That's it. I'm after the White Sox losing 2-3 to the White Sox. I'm in. I'm joining the BFIB.
Dude,
Fire
I think
Mo.
I have to also. I
Fire
see
Ollie.
these comments and stuff, and I don't disagree with most
Fire
of
Turner
them
Ward,
anymore.
sell the team, move to St. Louis County. Losing 2-3 to the White Sox is unacceptable. I
It's
don't
hard to
care.
disagree
Unacceptable.
with a lot of the stuff that the worst fans or the best fans or whatever you want to call them are saying anymore.
I'm in. I have you talked about Aaron's panic bus being out of the state, out of the country, whatever. My panic bus is a space shuttle, and I've flown to the moon. I am.
You're in
done.
outer space. You could have just
I am.
gone to Pittsburgh or Cincinnati.
Guys, can I stop you real quick?
Okay.
Sure.
Real quick. One thing you're forgetting, we have a powerhouse in terms of batting on the team, Wilson Contreras. We can fall back on him. We know he's going to get hits consistently. Wilson Contreras is there.
Nope. Wilson Contreras was the best hitter on the Cardinals, and he, in an attempt to help catcher Wilson Contreras get more low strikes, the Cardinals have moved him up closer to the plate. JD Martinez hit him in the arm, and he has a broken arm. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks at least.
He had surgery today.
Oh,
So no, we don't have a really good hitter on our team anymore. I mean, we do, but he's on the injured list.
Arenado's hitting all right.
He's
Mason
hitting.
Wynn's
He's not
still
hitting
hitting
for
all right.
power.
No, neither is Mason Wynn.
Right. So, yeah, it is a John Denton report, so who knows how true that is.
Well, so I've heard this in a couple places. I heard this John Boy Media broke it down.
Yeah.
And showed him catching in Chicago. This has started when he came to St. Louis. And how much closer he is to the batter now. So I've seen it in a couple of places. And again, John Boy Media, I don't know if you follow them.
Yes, I
they're
do.
pretty good.
I'm-
He broke it down pretty good. His breakdowns are really good. If you haven't ever watched them, you should check them out.
I was a catcher. I wasn't a good catcher, but I was a catcher, and I've been hit in the hand by setting up too close or having someone too far back in the batter's box.
So
It's
getting
all-
hit in the glove happens all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but and there's pain. I mean, even getting hit in the glove. I'm sure that that a professional baseball player might not experience as much pain as a high school kid,
Mhm.
or a grade school kid. But it's happened to me. I understand it. I've never been so close to get hit in the arm. I'm not putting the blame on Contreras. I am saying that if it's indeed true that they told him to move up and move up and move up and kept telling him to move up so he could hit lower or get lower strikes, then someone needs to be fired. But with a batter that bats that far back in the batter's box like JD Martinez, whose foot
And he's
is
got
on,
a big old backswing.
Yeah,
Also.
but it wasn't even on the backswing, right? He hit him on the forward swing.
No,
didn't
I'm
he?
pretty sure it was on the backswing.
Okay.
Nope,
I
it wasn't. It was
It
the
wasn't?
forward. It was not.
it?
It was his actual swing. Yeah.
Okay, I saw just one replay of it, and it looked like it was on the backswing.
I only saw one replay of it. I tend not to like. I mean, I watch like people getting hurt humorously, like skateboard fails and kids getting knocked off of trampolines. Actually, I share those videos with friends all the time. I don't like to see people break bones. So
No, I don't either.
I've tried to not watch it as much as possible.
The worst part of it
Um,
was the audio. You can hear him just like wailing in pain, and it was it was bad.
So
it wasn't like deformed. Like there wasn't
Right.
massive deformity,
right.
but it still broke his arm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, as a catcher though, you need to know how you're lined up, because I did see how he's lined up.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I thought he was right next to the bat. Like,
Yeah.
As a catcher, you need to know if you got someone that's batting that far back in the batter's box, you need to scoot back. So there is
I
a
agree.
little
He's got to
there's
be
a little onus
cognizant
on
of
him.
where that batter's at too. Yes.
there's
I'm
a
going to
little
warn you
onus on
guys.
him.
It is storming like crazy here right now. So if I vanish for some reason, just carry on without me.
Oh, bye, Chris.
Fair enough.
Hopefully we don't lose power or
Yeah.
internet or things like that. But in the event that it happens, it was nice knowing you.
It's just, wow.
Will we know how to turn off the stream if we get to the end of the show?
Top right
Mike
corner.
can
it
end
says
it,
end
or either
stream.
one of you can end it.
I
In another preposterous sports rumor
Okay.
from 2016, also in an effort to speed up the game, MLB has announced today that players will be able to open carry firearms on the field of play.
I don't remember.
That might be next.
I don't remember that one.
That might be next. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but that's funnier than probably what I was gonna say. So
Did you grab that graphic of what this loss will mean for the Cardinals offense?
Yeah, it's right here. So Contreras' stats that he was putting up.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Bally Sports.
Aaron
Aaron pulled this.
Breeze said too soon to Aaron. She said, "Too soon, Aaron, when you started talking about Wilson Contreras, like, hey, he's the best hitter on the team. What about this tough break that they put up there? Like,
Yeah, that's
you want to talk about too soon? Bally Sports, too soon, guys.
Yeah, that
Too
was
soon.
during after they announced,
so he had 12% of the Cardinals hits, 25% of their home runs, 20% of their extra base hits, 10% of their RBIs, and 16% of their runs scored. That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
so and so now you lose him. Let's forget it, because these stats I'm going to tell you now are obviously with him hitting, because he left the game yesterday, right? So with him having what was it, 12% of the hits, 25% of the home runs, 20% of the extra base hits, yada yada, the Cardinals ranked 28th in the MLB in runs scored. Shop sales and what?
my phone turned back on.
With an ad, it just came on with an ad.
Well, I was looking up a KSDK sports thing, and I guess there's automatic ads that play on there.
I'm sure you were. So if you're watching P Hub, Aaron, be sure you have the volume down while we're doing this. Be sure you have the volume down.
P Hub.
P.
Oh, got it. Right.
If you're
Yeah.
watching,
Like
it
urine.
rhymes with corn.
I was trying to verify my my claim that this was on the actual swing and not the backswing. I'm 90% sure. Let me just say that it was the actual swing.
So while he's looking it up, they're 28th in MLB in runs scored with 126. 28th in MLB out of how many teams, Chris? 30?
Yeah.
28th in MLB in hits with 257. 29th in MLB in home runs with 26. Only the team that's worse than them, the only one team that's worse than them are the White Sox, who beat them 2-3 with 25. 27th in MLB in RBI with 120, 27th in MLB in batting average, 218, 25th in on base percentage, it was a 296. Hey, they get on base, kind of. 28th in slug with a 340, and 27th in MLB in OPS, which is on base plus slugging, with a 636. This offense is complete and utter trash.
I'm watching a video right now.
Complete and utter trash.
Yeah, the offense is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that graphic?
I don't remember. It's something in Facebook. Like, I mean, basically, my Facebook feed has turned into all baseball.
Oh,
all
yeah,
baseball,
mine is too.
baseball and Star Wars. That's literally all it is, because of this. So, yeah, they're terrible, boys.
Well, as the
Oh, yeah,
homer,
it got him on his regular
Yeah.
forward swing.
as the resident homer, I'm actually on the panic bus, and I've inserted the key into the ignition. I haven't started the bus yet, not quite yet.
Really?
Really,
Is it because it's early? Is it because by this time now? Is it Sonny
partially.
Gray? Is it the pitching? Like what? Because pitching, our pitching's been really good, except for Gallegos.
Gallegos is
and
trash.
Matt's is
Well, he's not. He's injured now, so he's gone.
well, yeah, he's injured, right? He's
Yeah.
quote unquote injured. He was told to be injured so he wouldn't be hitting or pitching. Matt's is injured.
I believe Matt's is actually injured. He's always injured. Michaelis just sucks. He should be
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, so you have, but your bullpen's still one of the best in baseball.
Yeah,
Um,
and you might get Kenyon Middleton back here soon.
Oh, that's good. That'll even be better. Liberatore had a decent outing with the bullpen game. So
Yeah, didn't he? That was when he came. He didn't start that game, but he came in long relief.
no, that's the game he started.
He started. Okay,
just
so he
the
was
other
kind of
day,
like
yeah.
an opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you'll be glad to hear that they are stretching out Zach Thompson and Andre Palante.
Great.
I'm not glad to hear that. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
Yeah. I could hear it.
I'll restate that. Chris, you'll be glad to hear that two of your favorite pitchers, Zach Thompson and Andre Palante, are going to be stretched out in the minors.
I didn't have a problem with Zach Thompson when he was pitching out of the bullpen.
I thought he was fine out of the bullpen. Actually, we talked about it that he's one of those people. You know, you talk about Cardinals development. He's one of the people that the Cardinals have kind of screwed up with his development.
But Palante couldn't figure it out in short,
Palante
middle,
can't
or
pitch.
long relief. What makes them think that having him start a game is going to be any better?
It's absurd. It is. This team is trash. They don't know what they're doing.
Well, and the decision makers are trash. The
That's what
decision
I'm saying.
makers are trash.
I'm ready. I'm down. I'm done. Mo's with a clown. Get him out of there. He's not going to. He's got a 2-year extension.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. However, with the hiring of Chaim Bloom and who is the other person? We talked about this last week. They hired 2 people from other organizations that are in the front office. I think we're gonna hopefully see them get their thumbprint on this. I don't know if we've seen their thumbprint on this game yet or on this team yet.
I would venture to say no, because this feels very similar to the same thumbprint that's been on the team for the last year and a half.
Yeah, it is. It's absurd. They're terrible, and I am done.
I am not interested in even turning on a Cardinal game.
They fail.
Hmm.
Boo. Thumbs down. Thumbs down, Cardinals. Thumbs
Fail.
down. Big fail.
It's sad. Sad,
It is.
boys.
It is. You got any
Well,
other
the Mavericks are in the second round of the playoffs, so
Oh,
that's
I
cool. I get to
guess
watch
we're
that every
moving-
few
I guess
days.
we're moving on.
I was
to-
just-
guess
no,
we're moving
I'm
on to
just-
basketball.
It's not even on here. I'm just mentioning
Oh,
it.
I know it wasn't on there. I was actually going to ask you if you were going to put anything on there because you're the only person.
Yeah, I
believe
thought about it.
that-
We can talk about it a little bit. So Victor Wembanyama won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
The big, tall, skinny guy
yeah.
for San Antonio.
Old, tall, and skinny. They call him.
Yep. He won Rookie of the Year. Nikolai Jokic took MVP today, which whatever. He's good, but
Hey, you remember Tall and Skinny? You remember that kid we used to call Tall and Skinny in high school, Aaron?
I do not.
He was short and like 350 pounds. We called him Tall and Skinny.
I don't.
well, Victor
recall.
Wembanyama really is tall and skinny. He could probably stand to put on a few pounds. But Nikolai Jokic, the Joker, won MVP today.
Why do you not like that? I
Because
thought he
it
was-
should have been Luca.
Oh,
Personal feelings.
Aren't they
But
the
he
same
did
group?
lead. He led the league in scoring, and he was second in triple doubles to Jokic. But he led the league in scoring, and his team made the playoffs. And the Nuggets are getting stomped out by the T-Wolves so far.
the 12s.
The 12s, yeah.
That's what they're called. Like that's what the cool kids call them, right?
Mhm.
Hey man,
Yes,
you going
I
to the
believe
12
so.
game?
The Mavericks played last night. It didn't go very well, but their game. It was game 1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm not worried yet. Their first game against the Clippers, they didn't play very well, and then they came out and they ended up winning it in 6.
Who you rooting for?
Dallas.
Dallas. You're a Dallas.
Not-
You're a Dallas Mavericks fan.
No, we'll remember that.
What's that?
But I'm not sure how you don't know or remember that.
Because I don't follow NBA near like at all, and so Dallas.
Neither does Aaron,
Mavericks,
but Aaron knew
The-
knows who I root for.
the
Mhm.
Memphis Grizzlies. They're
No.
all the same.
Well, they're not, but okay.
Well, is Jason Tatum still in the playoffs?
Yeah, Boston's really good. They're probably going to win the East.
The Lakers didn't make it. Neither did the
Lakers made it to the playoffs. They
oh.
were dispatched. They were swept by the Nuggets.
Oh,
Or no, they
Were-
lost in 5. I'm sorry. They did win 1 game.
What about and then LeBron got their coach fired. I heard.
That was mid-season.
Oh.
We should make Mike do the NBA update every week.
And then I know that Steph Curry isn't in the playoffs.
Nope, the Warriors did not make the playoffs at all.
Cool. So, yeah. Breeze is rooting for Ice-T and the Knicks.
OG, the original gangster. That's Ice-T.
Ice-T, yes.
Why the
So-
Knicks?
The
The Knicks make me want to vomit.
What's OG stand for in this actual
Assuming a
scenario?
play.
I'm guessing it's OG Ananobi, player,
Okay.
which
I thought
is
it
why
was
she's rooting for the Knicks.
I thought it was Ice-T.
I do like Jalen Brunson, but I'm not rooting for the Knicks. In fact, I don't know what the score is, but I'm hoping the Pacers are currently beating them.
Aaron, I didn't realize your hair was so curly.
I have very wavy hair. Yes, it's
see
true.
that. I see that.
I was looking for an Ice-T CD back there. That's why. I
Oh,
was curious.
apparently OG Ananobi is from Jeff City. I did not know that.
Oh,
So that's cool.
and
But it's still not going to make me root for the Knicks. Sorry.
Jason Tatum's from St. Louis. Are you rooting
Jason
for
Tatum
the-
is from right down the street from where Mike's at.
I know. Are you rooting for the Celtics?
I will root for them to come out of the East.
But if they play your Memphis Grizzlies, you're
Nope.
going for
Nope. Wrong,
if they
wrong
play
team.
if they play your favorite team, the San Antonio Spurs.
Nope. Wrong team.
You're
Your attempt at a joke is really lame.
Oh.
Did you get that from Meta AI?
yeah. Meta AI told me to do all that.
Yes, if they play the Mavericks, I will root for the Mavericks, of course. But if they play anyone else, I'll root for Tatum.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good news. So, battle squawking. I went to the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I saw the videos of that.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
That's how I mean that the game I went to was a little more high scoring and faster paced than the one it sounds like you went to, but I don't know.
I was watching on TV, and man, that first half was slow.
It was the first. What it would end
Slow.
up six nothing at the end. Of
I thought
the
you said
half?
they scored a touchdown to end the half. Was
They
that
did.
it?
Yeah, 6-0. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
So-
it was.
it was really slow. I was on my phone most of the time. I've said this before, and when I had season tickets last year, I mean, there was still a lot of energy. I mean, there was 30,000 people in the building. It didn't look empty, but it definitely had like big lower sections on the bottom bowl were missing a lot of people. Like you could see
Yeah.
it. 30,000 and 40,000. There's a big difference. That 10,000 people in that dome is a pretty big difference.
So,
We're-
question for you,
Yes.
because you were actually there. I'm watching on TV, so they're showing all the goofy guys dressed up in the bird costumes and the crazy fans,
Yeah.
which are all adults with beers in their hand.
Yes.
Was there like a lot of kids there? I know you brought your kids, but
Yeah, there was a lot. There were
Okay.
a lot of kids there.
because looking from the television perspective, it's like come down to the game and get hammered and say cacaw, and that's your battle.
I mean,
That's
that's
all-
that's
that-
what it is.
That is what it is. They
There are
start,
kids there, but that's what it is.
They start tailgating at 4 a.m. Apparently, they each drink a full keg of beer, and then when you're walking in the halls to get to your seats or whatever, the aisles or whatever, you just hear someone go cacaw, and then 10 other people go cacaw, and it is a fucking drunk fest.
Okay, with kids.
With kids, yes. I'm
Also
sure.
there.
I'm sure a lot of them drove their kids and should not have been driving.
Agreed.
It was a relatively boring game. Their scoring drives, all of them were exciting because of the way they played, the way they did it. The wide receiver Hakeem something.
Butler, Hakeem Butler.
Is it Butler? I was gonna say Butler, but I was thinking that was a basketball player. Hakeem Butler. He got hit and flipped over a dude and landed on his head, but he was
No.
okay. But he was okay.
I didn't see that.
You can see.
Well, I'm
replay,
glad he
like,
was okay.
Go to UFL Battlehawks on Instagram, Aaron. Oh, you're not on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram. I just never
sent
use
his
it.
Stupid ass a message on Instagram. I'm seeing how long it's going to take him to read it.
So I
Who
thought the game was boring, but I'm excited. It is bringing up talk, and they talked about it last year. But national media is now talking about, is St. Louis ripe for an NFL team because they're bringing 40,000 people to the dome? And something was said on the AM, or not the AM, the FM sports radio this morning, and I think it's true. Partially, I think people go to Battlehawks games out of spite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
like-
so. But I think that a lot of them actually like football. And if we had an
Oh.
NFL team, they would go to that too.
Oh.
One of the things I saw was about the attendance and how drastic the difference is between the attendance in St. Louis and literally everywhere else.
Yeah,
They're
it's,
like most of those other teams are in cities that have NFL teams already.
Mhm.
so the teams you have in the XFL conference, you have the Battlehawks, which is in St. Louis. Obviously, there's no NFL team there. You have the San Antonio Brahmas. There's not an NFL team.
No,
in
but
San
there's
Antonio.
several. There's
Well,
several
there's
Texas.
There's
teams.
400. There's 400 NFL teams in Texas. DC has the Commanders.
Commanders, yeah.
The Commanders. Arlington doesn't have, but again, there's
They've got
4,000 teams
Dallas,
in Texas.
and
Oh yeah.
Houston.
In the USFL, and by the way, that was the order of the standings. Battlehawks are 5-1, San Antonio is 4-2, DC is 3-3, and Arlington is 0-6. In the USFL conference, you have Birmingham Stallions. There is an NFL in Birmingham,
Nope.
but there's significant college football in
Yes.
Birmingham. And they've clinched their playoff berth. They're 6-0. And I think I talked about this last time. The USFL was based in Birmingham, and they've won both championships for the USFL. So they're the powerhouse there. Michigan Panthers, there's a whole bunch of football, college, and there's professional football with the Lions in Michigan. They're 4-2. Memphis Showboats are 1-5. There's the
They got the
isn't-
Titans.
Aren't they actually technically Nashville though?
They're
Nashville?
Nashville, technically, yeah.
And then Houston Roughnecks are 1-5. And why would they have a team in Houston? Because they have the Tennessee Titans are in Houston, guys. The Texans are in Houston, and they're 1-5. So the hope is that the way the records are standing is the way it's going to play out, and we can see a Birmingham Stallions St. Louis Battlehawks championship at the Battle.
Are you going to go to it?
I'll try to get tickets. I'm sure it's going to be ridiculously expensive.
Probably. I saw there was more fans at the Battlehawks game than there was the Cardinals game on Saturday,
I think
Sunday,
that is,
whatever day that was.
yeah. I mean, I think part of that is so there was weather that was going to come in, and
That's
it
true.
started storming when we were leaving. Um,
Mhm.
so
Oh, speaking
Uh,
of weather, that game last week that went to the 3-hour rain delay,
yeah,
they came back for a couple pitches, 45 seconds after a 3-hour rain delay, and then
Yeah.
Herrera strikes out on a ball that's a foot outside.
yeah.
Imagine
Why?
waiting. Imagine
Why?
waiting at the stadium for that.
Well, not very many people.
Not
did.
very many
No.
people did because
That
I was
place was empty.
driving, leaving the Battlehawks game while it was still in rain delay, and you know I drive right down Broadway,
Yeah.
right past the stadium,
Mhm.
and there was nobody
Yeah,
there.
that-
There
when
were
it
some
finally
people
came back,
walking home.
It
yeah.
was empty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
45 seconds, and CB Buckner rings up Herrera on a ball a foot outside.
they had the bases loaded with no outs, and they didn't score. Actually, the umpire report card for CB Buckner on that game was actually really good.
Was it?
It was. Arch City Media put it out.
In his defense, I'm sure he just wanted to go home. That was
Oh,
stupid.
of course not. Well, they had to do it though, right? I mean, you have to end the game, and
Yeah,
they
they-
weren't good. Did they have a?
Had the Cardinals already batted
Yeah.
like through or around, like through that bottom inning, then they could have called it.
Well, they would have called it because they would have lost.
Well, I mean, any other inning than the ninth.
Well, it was the 10th.
Was it? Oh, yeah, it was extras.
yeah. It was the 10th, and it was and White Sox got their free runner, their ghost runner in. So that's how they got their 6th run. It was 5-5 going into the 10th. So they got their 6th run because they hit in their ghost runner, which is a dumb fucking rule.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that rule.
Like why would someone start in a second? That doesn't even make. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to not have a
20 inning games.
20 inning game. But
Start them on third. Why don't you just start them? Give them a run.
CB Buckner, his overall accuracy was 92%.
Not bad.
His overall consistency was 91%. His called ball accuracy was 91%, and his called strike accuracy was 93%. Now, what does that mean though? The average ball accuracy of a umpire is 97%, and he only did 91. However, the average called strike accuracy is 88%, and he was at 93%.
So he was well above that. All right. So
Yeah,
fine,
so-
he had a fine game.
So I think he had a good game. I mean, on this report card, they have like impactful missed calls and stuff like that. And obviously,
Yeah.
the first one was the bottom of the 10th. Banks to Herrera, 2 outs, bases loaded, 1-2 count. Ball was called a strike.
Yep.
But the top of the first, Lynn DeFam, 0 outs, run on first, 2-1 count, strike is called a ball. That didn't go the Cardinals' way. Bottom of the first, what was the pitcher's name? Fetty? F-E-D.
Eric Fetty. Yeah.
Fetty. To Contreras, 1 out, bases empty, 3-1 count, strike is called a ball, which went the Cardinals' way. So,
All in all,
Yeah.
he had a fine game.
so he had a fine game, but he overall, CB Buckner is trash, who has graduated from the
Angel Hernandez school, yeah.
the Aaron Hernandez School of Umpiring.
You always do that.
It's just so easy. It just rolls off the tongue.
Did either of you watch the roast of Tom Brady?
I didn't, but I did see the clip where he went up to Jeff Ross and said, "Don't say that shit again." Tom Brady.
Yeah, I haven't watched it
Don't
yet. But I
talk
heard
about Bob
I heard it
Kraft
was-
getting a hand.
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw the
And
clip
Jeffrey
that
Ross
everybody
is
shared.
hilarious.
Well, he's
Yeah,
the
and-
roast
and-
master.
He is the
and,
roast master.
and Tom
yeah.
Brady is a pretty boy prima donna who
Isn't he
cheated
your
his
favorite
way
player ever?
who cheated
of
his
all
way
time?
through who cheated his way through the NFL. The
Did you see
only
his
thing
comments about Deflategate?
no.
He's like, they could have just asked me. I told him I fucking did it.
Well, I mean, he smashed the phone because he's a fucking cheater.
Mhm.
I'm surprised something has never come out that he cheated to win the Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
Better watch your mouth. Someone's listening that might be offended by that.
Breeze is going to yell at you.
I might be goading her a little. Don't tell anyone.
Got it. Right. Okay.
No,
Understood.
the reason why you say that I like Tom Brady. There's a comment. The reason why you say I like Tom Brady is because I said he was on the Manning show and he was funny, and it made him seem human. But him going up and going, "Don't talk about Robert Kraft. Don't say that shit again." No.
Hey, you signed up for a roast, man.
Yeah, exactly. What is the comment? It just says, I'm
I'm listening. Yeah.
You should be watching. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, there is that.
So, Aaron, what's
Yeah.
shit. I hit
That's
something
me.
I didn't want to hit. I hit something I didn't want to hit. Okay, here we go. I'm
Uh-oh.
back at it. What is going on with STL City, my friend? What's going on with the team that's doing well in St. Louis?
Well, some people would say they're not doing well enough because they keep tying games.
I mean,
We'll get to that.
yeah.
I don't feel that way, but I feel like if you can get a point every game, that's pretty good.
The only
Sure.
the only argument I agree, getting a point a game is nice. Drawing isn't going to get you anywhere in the playoffs.
Right. You should ideally, as a general rule in soccer, where a win is 3 points, a draw is 1, a loss is 0. Throughout the world, that's the case. And the general rule is you win your home games and you hope for at least a draw, if not a win on the road.
Yeah. But they're
And
drawing every game, Dan.
They're drawing at home, which is the problem. We shouldn't be
And-
mad at a draw on the road. That should be
Right.
That's we did the bare minimum of what we should have done. At home, we got to start winning more.
You gotta win. I mean, that's
So-
the name of the game.
Yeah.
And then the playoffs, like I said, a draw, you're not going anywhere in the playoffs with a draw.
Right.
Yeah, they're they're 2
They're on the
7
bubble.
and 1. 2
Yeah.
7 and 1. 2 wins, 7 draws, 1 loss. And they
One loss
have-
is nice.
they have the most draws in the MLS this season so far.
Mhm.
Yep.
It brings to mind my team that I follow in the Premier League called Aston Villa. And for a few seasons there, they would draw almost every game, and I called them Drawston Villa.
Ah,
That
But
was-
it's fine when it's City.
Right. So this morning, let me tell you a story, guys. This morning, I turn on the sports talk radio, in my kitchen, and I
Mhm.
work out. I work out in the other room.
You don't
so I
work
can-
out.
I can hear. No, I work in the other room. I don't work out. And so I'm listening and I'm working, but in the background I hear on the very early morning show with Randy Carricker and Brooke and Danny Mack and that Rockio guy, they give him like 10 minutes at the end to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. And he talked about City. So I'm kind of listening, but also kind of working. And he says something about this guy that they could be getting from a German team. And I didn't recognize the name at all. So I looked it up. His name is Cedric Tukert.
Yeah, I
Like-
saw that. I heard that's almost
Yeah.
a done deal.
So I did a little research on this, and here's what I found from transfermarket.us, which is the US version of Transfermarket is like the massive website that deals with anybody coming and going to any soccer team anywhere in the world. This is the US version, and they're saying it's imminent.
Yep.
He's a center forward. I did a little research. So at first I was like, I don't recognize, I never heard of this guy before today.
What team is that?
That's
Brainhouse. The team Brainhouse is the team.
That's
Yeah.
the sponsor. The team is Hanover 96. So
Hanover.
they're
Okay.
Hanover
Their
Jet.
logo looks like a NASCAR logo.
Yeah. It looks like 90 or a gas station. Like,
I thought it was
Yeah.
I thought it was honestly, I know that Brainhouse is their sponsor, not the team name. I thought that the 96, I thought it was another sponsor, and I legit thought it was a gas
Yeah.
station.
so here's the quote from transfermarket.us. And I quote, St. Louis City SC are closing in on a deal to bring Cedric to Kurt. So like if you have two guys named Kurt, that's how I'm going to remember how to say it. From Bundesliga side, Hanover 96. Bundesliga is the top tier German soccer league. Reports are that free agent deal to St. Louis is done. They said that was somewhat premature. It's not done, but it's looking like it's going to happen. Hanover 96's website confirmed that the striker was going to leave the club on a quote new adventure abroad in the summer. They say the summer because his contract expires on July 1st. So if this is true, we won't see him in the States till after July 1st.
Come on over, man.
Then I looked up, is he any good? He's 27 years old. They're saying he would be a great replacement for Gioacchini. He'd kind of assume Nico's role. And he had managed 12 goals in 26 games across all competitions. He scores about every 110 minutes he plays, so almost a goal a game. Question mark. So that's pretty
Close, nice.
good. And
What about
then
the other German? What about the
this
other
is-
German?
yeah, this is
This is the one that makes me happy, if it's true.
this is it would be a big deal if this is true. So Marco Royce, like Rolls Royce, it looks like reuse, but it's Royce.
Yeah, it's not actually Royce, but it's pronounced Royce.
Royce. They're
Was that
saying
Ruby or was that Huck or was that
I think that was Ruby.
which dog barked? Hi,
I think that
Ruby.
was Ruby.
it's not Huck. Huck never barks.
Every now and then he does. You
yeah,
would
he-
know if it
rare.
was him though.
Yeah,
and he
it's rare.
howls. And he howls when
He
there's
howls at the
sirens.
tornado sirens and at the ambulance lights sirens.
So Marco Royce is like 5 to 10 years ago, he would be on the tier of like a Messi and a Ronaldo. He was one of the top stars in the world. My proof for this is if you look at FIFA 2017, he's on the cover. They don't do that for just
Hey, there's
anybody.
Marco.
Marco's a very good player. He's now 34 or
35.
35.
He's 35.
Honestly, any team in the MLS would be lucky to have him.
He's played for Dortmund for a long time. Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, that's the key.
And who else, Aaron, played for Borussia Dortmund?
Number one in my heart and number one on the back of his jersey, because he's number one, is Roman Berkey, our goalie. So hopefully Berkey's pulling some strings behind the scenes, and he's like, "Come on, Marco, come on, have some emos, and we'll go to a Cardinal game because the Cardinals are great."
and gooey butter cake.
No, don't invite him to Cardinal game. He will not come here. But the
So-
other option,
Go to a Battlehawks game.
the other
Yeah.
option, which I actually saw on Transfer Market. It's funny that you mentioned Transfer Market because I look at that fairly often. Was Inter Miami for Marco Royce.
Man, if that happens,
That's bullshit.
I'll
That's-
give
that's
up
like
on.
the
Yeah,
fucking
that's
Dodgers.
But if Messi's like, come to a Marlins game, I mean, you're better off going to a Cardinals game for real.
You are that. The fact that their president of, and I know I talked about this last week. The fact that their president said in April, "Yeah, we're not making the playoffs this year anyway." Like,
Yeah, I mean, he saw the writing on the wall. Get prospects. Why not? I don't
get it,
blame
but
him
don't,
for anything he
don't-
did.
But don't say that.
Yeah,
Don't tell your fan base you gave up in April.
they knew it. They gave up in April. They probably gave up in March when Yuri Perez went down for the year.
Yeah, true. But hey,
But yeah, Marco Royce.
you know what they
in St.
say.
Louis would
Tough,
be awesome.
Tough break.
Tough
Tough
break.
break, everybody. Tough break.
Yeah, Marco Royce in St.
Yeah.
Louis would be
Think-
cool.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's my major news. There's 2 games this week: Saturday versus Chicago, and Wednesday, 1 week from tonight versus LAFC.
Yeah,
Chris,
both home games. I haven't been in a while.
I'm not big on going during the week on Wednesday, but it's up to you guys. So yeah,
Not,
that's my
not up to
city.
me. I got rid of my tickets. Remember?
Right.
Well,
I remember. I
So-
remember.
so there's some other news in St. Louis sports.
Now listen to me, Aaron. Don't feel so sad. It'll be the best blues minute you've ever had. Aaron, don't feel so sad. It'll be the best blues minute you've ever had. You've ever had.
Yeah. Wait, that's every week you nail that, Mike. You nail those
Thank-
vocals.
Thanks, man. Every week. I didn't record it
No, you do it live, right?
every time.
It's pretty amazing.
Hey, if you're gonna do it live.
That's right.
Do it
That's right.
live. We'll do
Famous
it
musician
live.
said that. We're gonna do it live.
So the Blues, I do have about a minute of material here. The Blues, if you haven't heard, they signed their interim head coach, Drew Bannister, to a 2-year contract extension, making him the actual head coach, which is, at first I was like, meh, I don't love him. I don't hate him. I found a stat that made me love him more than I did. He, in the time he was with the Blues, he was 30, 19, and 5. And, that was the 12th best points percentage overall for any coach during that span. So
Well, that's cool.
top
You
half.
put on this sheet. How do we feel about this? And
Yeah. How do you guys? What do you guys?
I don't have an opinion at all.
That's good.
I'm not much of a hockey fan, but I heard something today and I think this makes sense. It's a 2-year deal. They have a lot of young players. They have young players coming up. A lot of those young players played for him
Mhm.
in the AHL.
Yeah.
He brings them up. He gets them to speed. Then in 2 years, because they're in a retool, they might make the playoffs next year, but like at a low tier wild card, maybe lose out in the first round, maybe sneak out of the first round into the second. But then once you get your Thomas and Neighbors and the other guy Kyrou, and once you get them really going and being the veteran leaders of the team, or at least seasoned, then you go and you get that big name that's won 1,200 games in the NHL. That's kind of what I think they're doing. That's what the radio heads are saying, and it makes sense to me anyway.
Radiohead?
Yes,
band?
That's what Radiohead. Tom
You
York
wrote a
is
song
big-
about it?
He's a big St. Louis Blues fan. He went,
I didn't know that.
I bet it sucks.
Blues. Like closes one eye. Blues.
He's got an eye.
Blues.
He's got an eye problem. Let's not make fun of the man's eyeball.
I said he closes one eye.
Well, he can't help it. I think it's just like that normally.
Blues.
You should close both eyes and stop making
blues.
music.
So
Take a nap or
Yeah, take a nap.
okay.
did either of your mothers grow tomatoes when you were young? This is I'm going somewhere with this.
Sure.
Were they gardeners?
I think not really. I think she tried one time and it didn't work out. So
Here's how I would liken the Blues to that analogy. It's like the Blues, their plan is we just planted all these tomato seeds. I don't know if that's what you do. I'm not a gardener. I'm assuming they're seeds. I don't know. We've just planted all these seeds, and look at them. You can see those tomatoes are coming in on the vine. They're gonna be ripe. They're gonna be juicy and ripe, and you can take a bite, and the juice will run down your chin. They're gonna
Who
be
eats
delicious.
a tomato like that?
You've never eaten a tomato like that?
My sister and my mother, they would eat it
Like an apple?
and they would
Yeah.
put salt on it. Salt shaker.
You eat a
Shake it like
tomato like it's an apple?
I have before. I don't do it all the time, but yeah, I've done it multiple times in my life. I like tomatoes.
That's fine.
Anyway.
Cut them up. That's
Well,
idiotic.
yeah, I'll cut them up too. So my point is, we're waiting for these tomatoes to ripen.
You know who's two thumbs? Who has two? You know who's two thumbs? Do you know who has two thumbs and doesn't like tomatoes? This guy.
Cool story.
This guy.
I
So,
did know that.
Yeah, I don't mind Bannister. We're waiting for the young kids to get experience and to basically become superstars. So
We're
hopefully that
waiting for them
happens.
to ripen on the vine. Aaron.
Yes, and taste delicious when we eat them.
When you eat them like a
Now listen to me, Aaron. Don't feel so bad.
I mean, that was like an attempt at a Blues Minute. It was pretty mediocre if you think about it. I mean, to be honest, like Chris and I spent all our time, effort, and energy to making this a professional podcast, and this is what you give us. Did you even do any research for this? Oh my God, Chris, do we even want him to do this anymore? For real, like that was pretty awful. I was hoping to cut off Aaron, not Chris, but
Either way, it was funny.
I saw you laughing. All right, so
it was funny.
all right, so as you know, this podcast is called Worst Fans of Sports. The reason why we call it Worst Fans of Sports is because there's a lot of people who like to leave their opinions. And sometimes you're supposed to just keep those inside. You're not supposed to say them out loud. And they say them out loud, and not a lot of them aren't very good opinions. And they think they're great sports fans and they know a lot of stuff, and they don't, because they're garbage and they're the worst fans of sports. And that's usually St. Louis fans, but there are others around the country that are, and we're going to get into this one first. So Smash Mouth Baseball, which I love to get on because I like to troll back, because it is literally they do it on purpose. It's actually says it's a place where you can talk smack. So someone put a baseball reference side by side of Ozzie Smith and Dave Concepcion. Hall of Fame debate. Dave Concepcion had 5 gold gloves as well. If Ozzie's in, should Dave? And they mean the Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
I laughed, reacted to that one. But as you know, as I've talked about numerous times on here, the stat head baseball comparisons are WAR, which covers both offense and defense, and everything else is offense, and a lot of it are cumulative stats. So Dave Concepcion had less games, less plate appearances, and less hits, but he had more home runs. Well, we know Ozzie Smith wasn't a home run hitter. He had 28 in his entire career.
He
And
had
more
one
RBI.
he had one very important one though.
He did. He had a 262 batting average where Dave Concepcion had a 267. His on-base percentage, Ozzie Smith actually had a better on-base percentage. I do find it interesting that Ozzie Smith's career OPS was 666. And his OPS plus, Chris, you want to use your little voice?
Yeah, what
voice
was that stat, Chris, for Ozzie?
Which one? OPS?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, his OPS.
This one, 666.
There it is.
My goodness.
The devil's here. So someone, oh boy, I'm gonna have to like sneak through these because I don't know which comment belongs to what because it wasn't labeled for me.
I'm sure you're going to say someone said something
right
very intelligent, right?
Oh, I meant to label them. I forgot.
That's okay. I just gotta find it. Did I not send it? Maybe I didn't send it. Anyway, he didn't send it. Anyway, someone had said stuff like Ozzie Smith would be a late inning defensive replacement.
Yeah, that one should be in here.
If he was hired, if he was oh, did you find it?
That one.
There it is. Just another example of why the Hall of Fame is a joke. And then someone said no, Concepcion wasn't in the same league as defensively as Ozzie was, and that's where the big difference in WAR is, folks, because regular WAR does add defensive WAR, which is wins above replacement. And then someone wrote Ozzie would be a late inning defensive replacement now. So listen here, clown ball. I understand that I'm a homer for Ozzie. I grew up with him, watching him play. But you have no idea what you're talking about, so you get this.
Worst fans in sports.
Hey,
So
got the sounder.
So screw that guy.
Yeah.
That guy made me angry. I don't think I commented because my anger would have seethed over and over and over again.
Would you have ended up in Facebook jail?
I probably would have. On STL, oh, you didn't blur out names, so that's okay.
Oh, I did. That's weird. Whatever.
On whatever, it doesn't really matter probably. On STL City, so we were talking about Aaron was talking about STL City and how many draws they have. And I posed a question to them. We were texting back and forth. I posed a question to them. Are they turning on? Are they turning on City already? Like they had a great season last season, but the draws aren't acceptable. We need people who can score. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely blurred this. I don't know why it didn't save, but because I left Joe Rich unblurred. Because that's Aaron's best bud.
1 point on the road. I'll take it every time. That's what Joe Rich said. Aaron's best bud.
I agree with him.
You're best friends. You guys go out drinking and hanging out.
Yeah, me and JR. I call him JR.
Good old JR? Was that what you would call him?
How did we do so good last season, but now it's draw after draw? It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Me. So that really frustrated me because it's been a fucking you're turning on him after a season.
And it's still early. Like we're only like
I would guess that most fans aren't turning on them.
No.
How many times is Berkey man of the match? For sure, he's the best in the league, in my opinion. We'd be dead last if he didn't save our butts week in and week out. Hard to watch week after week of same old, but hoping the team can figure it out.
I mean, this guy's not that far off.
At least he's optimistic. He's hoping.
We should win at the end. Not happy with Ty, with Coach because of changes, with Klaus because 2 times 100% chances. Not happy with Jackson.
So those are all things he's not happy with.
He's an unhappy person.
He's an unhappy man.
So moving on to kind of back to the Detroit Tigers. This is the last one I got.
on their uniforms.
for worst fans of sports. So remember, they were talking about the uniforms,
Yeah.
and someone commented, "Money grab. Uniforms are horrible. They should be wearing traditional uniforms, as this is America's pastime."
Mm.
Because
Okay.
baseball
gate-
teams don't
gatekeeper.
change their uniforms.
I think what he's saying is they should be wearing, those old wool
Those old wool
uniforms
uniforms. Yeah.
that people would like die of heat stroke if they wore today.
And the Cardinals bird should look like a poorly hand drawn bird that, like, when they originally
Yes.
had them, the bat should be as thin as a pencil.
Children should get baseball cards from tobacco tins, and they should be using tobacco like they
And-
used to.
I wonder if he dresses in a suit to go to the game,
Probably.
Because
His profile
it's-
picture, he didn't even have a shirt on.
because it's America's pastime. And then,
The real question here is what the hell happened to Steve?
Steve, thoughts?
Steve did not have a thought.
Steve didn't care.
so if you're listening to this, I'm reading comments, and I took a screen grab of comments, and one is the one I just read, and the next one, someone
tagged his buddy
a friend, Steve, and he said, "Steve, thoughts?" And
Steve didn't.
Steve didn't reply. But the best comment, I should say, ever in the history of leaving comments on social media boards and posts all across the world is this one. So we're talking about the Detroit Tigers City Connect uniforms, and someone said it should say Democrats destroyed us.
Hmm.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, I don't understand how that
So-
correlates.
So yeah, so here you go. All of you eat it.
The worst fans in sports.
Okay, you want another preposterous rumor?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bryce Harper has gone on record stating, baseball's tired because you can't express yourself. His suggestion to give the game more flair? A swimsuit competition during the 7th inning stretch, evening gowns worn by the catchers, and all Madonna all the time.
Why isn't this still a thing, Mike? You need to keep doing this.
I know I need to. I don't even remember doing it in the first place. No, I kind of remember it now. I didn't realize that you made an actual, or I didn't remember you made an actual Facebook page. I thought maybe I don't know.
Tiger Woods is not taking a break from golf due to injury. In all actuality, he's working as an Uber driver in Toadsuck, Arkansas.
because he needed the money, obviously.
Are we sure AI didn't write all of that?
Maybe-
That sounds like an AI thing.
In
Maybe
2016, so no. Pretty sure it was just Mike.
Maybe
What
I'm
if Mike's AI? Have we thought about that?
Have not.
guys, I gotta go.
But I have my doubts. I really have my doubts.
We're on to him.
AI has a really bad memory if I'm AI. All right, it's been another rousing edition of the Worst Fans of Sports podcast. I will be back next week after I have eliminated all humans. Eliminate all humans.
That's an AI joke.
Eliminate all
That's
humans.
his AI joke.
Eliminate all humans. Bye.